त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्युर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। First prayer, please repeat after me. Today we shall say a new prayer today. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotigamaya mrityo. Good morning, Shubhodayam. How are you all doing? Keeping well? Andaru bagunnara? Very good. Life has become so regimented. Today we don't even think about how we used to live before. When we were in villages, when people were predominantly in villages, how life used to be, how life has become now. We don't try to draw a comparison, right? So I still remember my childhood days when we were in village. Life would go very slow, very peaceful. Okay? So when there were festivals, people would celebrate for days together. People had so much of leisure. But now we all have shifted to towns and cities. Life has become so regimented, you have to run and run, morning to evening, continuously, right? So whether that was life, that was a better life, or this is a better life? We don't even pause, maybe this is the way to lead life, so we move on. Swamiji says beautifully, without leisure, there cannot be any intellectual and spiritual development. Manishiki ఎదగటానికి రోటీ కపడా మకాన్ ఈ మూడు దొరికిన తర్వాత యు థింక్, యు రిఫ్లెక్ట్. ఓకే, మనస్సు ఉన్నటువంటి వాడు కాబట్టి మనిషి. ఈ మనస్సు అనేటువంటిది, బుద్ధి అనేటువంటిది ఆలోచిస్తున్న కొద్దీ డీపెన్ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది. యూ హ్యావ్ టు షార్పెన్ ద ఇంటెలెక్ట్. వెన్ యూ హ్యావ్ లీజర్, యూ కెన్ పాండర్ ఆన్ ద నేచర్ ఆఫ్ ఎగ్జిస్టెన్స్. వై ఆమ్ ఐ హియర్? ఓకే, who has created this universe. There's scope for you to become a philosopher. You observe the nature, everything in the nature around you. Keenly you will be able to observe with attention, with focus, only when you have leisure. Now as modern people, we don't have leisure. We can't notice anything, we can't observe anything. We have to be on the run all the time. Swamiji beautifully says, we are conducting our lives today like a thief chased by a policeman. Policeman వెంబడిస్తున్నటువంటి దొంగ. He cannot look around here and there. He has to walk straight to escape from the policeman. He will not be able to notice anything, right? That's how we are leading lives, said Swami Vivekananda. It's unfortunate, but maybe. Today, the people living in villages also, they are not living with confidence and dignity. They think that actually people in urban areas are leading better life. Okay, and they have this feeling because I couldn't migrate, I have been left behind. I could not migrate because I can't afford the cost of living there. Why should we congregate in such large numbers in small spaces like cities or towns? Why can't we decentralize? స్ప్రెడ్ అయిపోకూడదు ఎందుకు? ఐసోలేటెడ్ హౌసెస్ అక్కడక్కడ ఉండకూడదు. కొన్ని ఏరియాస్లో ఉన్నాయి ఇట్లా, కొన్ని దేశాల్లో అక్కడ 4-5 ఇళ్ళు, అక్కడ 4-5 ఇళ్ళు ఉంటాయి. ఈవెన్ విలేజెస్ ఆర్ ఆల్సో నాట్ దే. ఓకే, వీ హ్యావ్ టు ఎక్స్ప్లోర్, వీ కెన్ థింక్ యాక్చువల్లీ. There is a video in YouTube by John Jondai. I used to tell it in almost every session, but last 3-4 sessions I think I missed it. A 10 years old video, TED Talk by John Jondai. The title of the talk is Life is Simple. The title of the talk is Life is Simple. మీకు ఒకసారి వెళ్ళి ఆ యూట్యూబ్లో టెడ్ టాక్ వినండి, వాట్ హీ హాస్ గాట్ టు సే. Semi-educated man, but his own life story he presented there in 15 minutes, 12 minutes. So how he was living happily in a village. Suddenly somebody suggested, why don't you go to migrate to a town and a city, you can have a better life. Not that he had any problem when he was in village. He was leading a quiet life, happy life, contented life, joyful life. But somebody suggested that it's not a great life. If you go to city, you will have a great life. Then, taking the suggestion seriously, he migrated to a city called Bangkok. There he was working as a cab driver and this and that. But always, the money that was earning was not sufficient to make both ends meet. Okay, never. He was struggling and struggling and struggling. And a requirement of money and సంపాదించేదానికి ఎప్పుడు గ్యాప్ ఉంటూనే ఉంది. Then he reflected one day. Sorry. What I lacked when I was in village. నాకు గ్రామంలో ఏమి తక్కువైందని నేను పట్టణానికి వచ్చాను. ఓకే, సో అక్కడ ఏమి తక్కువైందని ఎవరో సజెస్ట్ చేశారు, నీకు టౌన్కి వెళ్తే సిటీకి వెళ్తే యూ విల్ హ్యావ్ బెటర్ లైఫ్ అని. నాకు ఏమి తక్కువైందని నేను ఇక్కడికి వచ్చాను, ఎందుకు కాంప్లికేట్ చేసుకున్నాను లైఫ్ని, ఎందుకు ఈ స్ట్రెస్తో బతుకుతున్నాను, ఎందుకు ఈ ఉరుకులు పరుగులు పెడుతున్నాను. He just reflected and pondered. Then he thought he had done a mistake. So he moved back. So he shifted his family. He had a small land holding, maybe 1 acre or 1.5 acre. He would cultivate that. He constructed his house with his own hands. Okay, bricks and అనేది తెచ్చి ఆయన చిన్న ఇల్లు కట్టుకున్నాడు. ఇంకా 2 జతల బట్టలు, ఒక చిన్న ఇల్లు, లిటిల్ ఫర్ ఫుడ్ యాక్చువల్లీ, స్మాల్ స్కేల్ అగ్రికల్చర్ he has. He says life is simple. This much only we need. This much alone we need. Today we cultivate desires, and for that we need more money. For that we need to compete with others, right? That creates sometimes jealousy, envy, tension, insecurity. Basically, what we want, we have to figure it out. వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత ఆయన అంటాడు, ఇప్పుడు ప్రశాంతంగా కూర్చొని లైఫ్ ఈజ్ సింపుల్, వే కాంప్లికేటెడ్ అంటాడు. యూ గో టు హార్వర్డ్, యూ గో టు MIT, యూ గో టు స్టాన్ఫర్డ్, పీపుల్ యూ జస్ట్ లుక్ ఎట్ దెమ్ ఫుల్ ఆఫ్ స్ట్రెస్. ఓకే, Sadhguru, Isha Foundation. Now and then he would go to universities and he would speak to students there. Everybody is morose and long faced. అందరూ PhDలు చేస్తున్నారు, కానీ ఎవరు ముక్కున్నా కూడా వస్తా ఆనంద ఛాయలు లేవు. సో whatever we do in life, we do only to enhance our happiness. But today we are doing things just mechanically. What your neighbor is doing, you also want to do. Why he is doing, he doesn't know. More or less we are behaving like a sheep, I believe. Majority never counts. Few people only will actually develop that originality and think, in a different way. Don't actually go the beaten track. మిగతా వాళ్ళు ఇలా వెళ్ళారు కాబట్టి నేను ఇలానే వెళ్తాను. ప్రతి వాళ్ళు విలక్షణంగా, యూనిక్గా ఆలోచించాలి. అండ్ ఆల్సో యూ షుడ్ హ్యావ్ ద కరేజ్ టు పుట్ దట్ ఇన్ టు ప్రాక్టీస్. ఒక వినూత్నంగా ఒక ఆలోచన వచ్చిందనుకోండి, దాన్ని ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేయాలి. వాళ్ళు వీళ్ళు ఏమనుకుంటారని పట్టించుకోకూడదు. when you are convinced of the idea, okay, you should be able to put it into practice. A few years back, an incident happened in Turkey, in a village, around 15-16 shepherds actually, they took all their sheep to a mountain for grazing. Though after some time they were busy, eating their breakfast, and they left the sheep like that. And the sheep were going. And the one sheep actually, which was going in the front, it reached the cliff of the mountain, and then it jumped off. All the sheep that was following this first sheep thought actually he was the leader, he was leading them. And then they also sincerely jumped into the gorge, one after another. 1,500 sheep, you believe me, they just jumped off the cliff into the gorge below. Around, I think, 500 died. The remaining 1,000 got saved because the first sheep which died provided cushion. Right? 1,500 గొర్రెలు ఒకదాని తర్వాత ఒకటి. ముందు గొర్రె తమకి నాయకత్వం వహిస్తుంది, దాన్ని లీడ్ చేస్తుంది అనుకున్నది. అది అందరూ దూకేయంగానే, బికాజ్ ఇట్ డజంట్ నో, బికాజ్ ఇట్ రీచ్ ద క్లిఫ్, ఇట్ డజంట్ నో వాట్ టు డూ, ఇట్ జస్ట్ జంప్డ్ ఆఫ్. అండ్ ఆల్ అదర్ sheep just followed sincerely. And 1,500, sheep just jumped into the boat. So, are we not behaving like the sheep today? We consider ourselves human beings. Do we really think for ourselves? మన గురించి మనం ఆలోచిస్తున్నామా? నా జీవితాన్ని నేను ఆనందంగా ఎలా చేసుకోగలను? ఇట్ ఈస్ ద ఓన్లీ వే. లేకపోతే అందరూ చేస్తున్నారు కాబట్టి నేను చేసేస్తున్నానా? You just have to reflect. Okay, and live a life. Even if you make mistakes, it's okay, but be original, be original, be original. ఓకే, మన భారతదేశంలో మనం విలక్షణంగా ఉండటానికి అస్సలు సాహసించాం. సొసైటీ అంటే చచ్చే భయపడి వస్తాం. బట్ ఆఫ్టర్ ద సొసైటీ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్ ఇండివిజువల్స్. యూ మేక్ ద సొసైటీ. ఓకే, యూ జస్ట్ బీ ది చేంజ్ క్రియేటర్. యూ బీ ద పర్సన్ టు టేక్ న్యూ ఇనిషియేటివ్స్. ఓకే, బట్ బీ ఫియర్. In my opinion, actually, a lot of genius goes a waste in this country because we fear society so much, but we don't even think on that. What is society? Society is a group of individuals. What I think, actually, tomorrow society has to think. What society thinks, the same way I think. No. What I think, tomorrow society has to think. When you have that kind of, courage and conviction, you will be able to do things little differently. You just think. It's only my suggestion. Okay? Thank you. Nice day.